What's up, everybody? I'm Bree.
And I'm Evan.
And this is Reality Check TV.
As always.
If you are new to our channel, here's where we discuss some of our favorite reality shows to watch together as a couple. So if you love reality TV like we do, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can get notified anytime we post a new review.
Y'all don't be shy.
Please
hit the
don't.
Subscribe button.
Yes, and that like button. Hit the like button right now. I'm going to say this early in the video and we'll repeat it again at the end. Please, guys, make sure that you are subscribing. We are trying to hit a goal of 100 subscribers this month, and we're coming down to the wire. So please, please do us a solid and make sure you definitely subscribe to our channel. Give us a chance. Give us a chance. Okay, guys, so we are back for the 8th review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're in season 6?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we are exhausted. But we're here. We are here, and we're gonna talk about the things. There was a few things, of course, as always, that makes me mad in this episode because they never seem to disappoint by getting on my nerves. So we gonna discuss. And I got my notes as always. So let's get into it.
All right, y'all. So this episode started out with the man of the hour, Mr. Martell Holt, in which he was visiting a venue that he's trying to hold for his magazine cover reveal party. So I believe it's Upscale Magazine. Martell Holt somehow was voted to brace the cover. Don't know who was the committee that voted. So, I'll be honest with you. The cover kind of looks AI-ish. Like,
I was gonna say that at the end.
Yeah, it looks AI. It's like, I don't know.
Like an AI photo.
But he was being walked around by, I guess, somebody that worked there, showing the venue. He was telling her about the magazine, telling her about, the people he's gonna have coming. Even mentioned his little friend is coming from Atlanta Housewives. Sheree Whitfield. That's her name on his phone. It really does sound like a relationship, huh? The person's name is their first and last name. No special emojis, no nickname, just Sheree Whitfield. It's a business proposition relationship. We gotta be one in public, but my phone, you got the business name.
I'm laughing when he said my friend girl.
My friend. He tried to start a trend. He tried to start a hashtag. That's not gonna work.
I didn't think that.
My friend girl.
Yeah, old people love to say that's my little friend. Meaning like, cause they ain't going steady.
Friend, I know friend, but friend girl, come on now.
They ain't going steady. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, so he tells the host, the girl that's showing him around, that I have my friend coming, blah blah blah. I'll be honest with you, that was pretty much the scene right there. Sheree.
Let's move on. So the next scene, Mel decides to have like a little lunch dinner situation at her house, and she invites Miss Nell and Kiki and Tiffany. And she wants them to talk and really just settle whatever foolishness they got going on between them. They need to come to an agreement. Like we don't even know what's going on. They don't even know what's going on and why they mad at each other. So Tiffany and Miss Nell come first. And Mel says to them, I'm going to warn y'all now, or I'm going to warn you more so, Tiffany, and let you know Kiki is coming. And we going to get along. That's exactly what she said. And I said, I know that's right, Mel. She's like, not in my house. Not today. Y'all going to figure this out. Whatever this is, figure it out. So Kiki comes. They sit down at the table and they just get right into it. They talk about the tea briefly. Everybody feels like it went well, but of course there were some hiccups, and they happen to be the hiccup. Kiki acknowledges that she was out of pocket for the most part. She didn't really say she was out of pocket, but Kiki was out of pocket. So he was really fishing for a moment. Let's just call a thing. But she just claims when she gets in her feelings, she gets upset. She just starts running off at the mouth and just be ready to pop off. And she says that moving forward, she is going to just take a second, breathe, and listen. And Tiffany says, yeah, like I didn't feel like you was listening to me when I was trying to have a conversation with you at the tea, but I feel like you're listening now. Like everybody just wants to move forward and, you know, have their kumbaya moment. Kiki did mention, however, that the comment that she made last week about Tiffany or about Kiki knowing who her father was, Kiki tried to claim that it wasn't supposed to be a dig, but girl, just stand in it. Just be like, I said it. It was a dig. I was running off at the mouth. I was out of pocket. I apologize. That's it. Let's just move on from there. Like, apologize. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. So Mel wraps it up by saying like, okay, y'all gonna be good. We good. We on the same page. So anytime we get with the big group, it's not gonna be no issues. Is there? Did they even both agree?
They did.
I don't think they agree. I don't think they agreed. And I think that's that slick shit because later in the episode, we gonna see that lasted for one day. So there's that. So then we get a unfortunate scene with Stormy, Kimmy, and Tisha. They meet up at a restaurant, and of course, they're talking about the tea. And we start off with Stormy. She's just saying how she really liked the spa day, but she felt like the tea. She did not like the tea. She feels like etiquette is not her thing. She don't like to be told how to communicate and all this other stuff. She should just be able to be herself and communicate the way that everybody should be able to communicate the way they want to communicate. And she's not with that Mary pompous bullshit. Those are her words exactly. And yeah, Stormy, I can tell you don't like etiquette. So that's fine.
Stormy was looking for a henny party.
Right.
You know.
Right. Girl, don't worry. I'm having a Freaknik party at the end of the year. Come holla at me then. Because I feel like that would be more your speed, girl. We know you don't like...
Anything goes.
I can tell you don't like etiquette. I can tell. But guess who did? And that was Kimmy. Because Kimmy brought up, she said, you know, I actually really like it. I like the whole etiquette thing because I just love having the opportunity to properly communicate. You know, I'm with you, Kimmy. I love etiquette. It shows. It shows, Kimmy. I see you. Anyway, Stormy. So then Tisha brings up how, let me see if I get this right, because I don't do well with he said, she said, but I'm going to try. Tiffany apparently texts, and I'm not even going to say apparently, because she really did. Tiffany sent Kiki a screenshot of a post
tweet
from, well, Kiki said Instagram later.
Oh, that looks...
Who cares?
Yeah.
It was a post on social media, one of the social media platforms. Tiffany texted Kiki a screenshot of a post that she liked, that Tiffany liked, that says something along the lines of, and I did write this one down. The post said, Carlos, keep Kiki. She's going to tell everything, right? So this situation apparently happened the year prior. So Tisha brings this up to the rest of the girls. They're going to try to make this into a thing. They're going to make this into a problem with Tiffany. And I guess for them, it proves that she's fake because Tiffany was claiming she didn't know. Not only did she not know Kiki, but she also this whole time has been saying she was sticking up for Tisha. Okay. Here's my thing. Since y'all want to make this a thing, let's make it a thing for 2 seconds. Y'all have 2 seconds of my time with this. I personally, like, truly, I don't see anything wrong with the tweet that Tiffany liked. Because all it says is, Carlos, keep Kiki. And she was like, it also, Kiki will tell everything, right? It was too vague. And it was from the year prior. I also don't agree that that is supposed to make it seem like Tiffany really did know Kiki. Like, that's not at all what it was giving. I mean, Tiffany never denied that she didn't know Kiki at all. That's not what she ever said. It was just, I don't know you like that, girl. Like, we not homegirls. And I don't know why they are finding such a hard time understanding that part of it.
Because they dig it.
Yeah, and they want to make a moment, right? Like, we're like, whatever. Like we just don't
Tiffany
care.
Seems to be Kiki's own storyline right now.
Well, yeah, Kiki, that's all Kiki has. So she has to keep it going.
Keep it going.
So once Tisha brings this up to Stormy and Kimmy, Stormy found this to be the perfect opportunity to be more messy. And she brings up how her and Tiffany had a conversation when they were out and they were talking about Tisha. And Tiffany brought up, or she started questioning if Tisha was actually majority owner of their business because she got kicked out of her office.
Valid question. Valid question.
She asked a question that we all wanted answers to.
What's her position supposed to be called?
Who?
What's Letitia's position supposedly?
For what?
Majority owner? What is it?
Yeah, she's supposed to be majority owner and president of the company.
Oh, well, her husband treats her like the janitor of the company.
Right.
So,
girl. Okay. Again, if y'all want this moment, let me give you your attention for 2 minutes. Stormy continues to go on and just like digs even a deeper hole for Tiffany by saying that Tiffany also mentioned how Tisha doesn't have control over her husband and all of these other things and the cheating allegations and all of that stuff. I find it to be very interesting because just the season prior, when the whole holiday party at Mel's house fiasco, Stormy most definitely was bringing up and questioning the rumors that was going around about Marcel cheating. Everybody has questions and speculations of Marcel's cheating. That's a thing. It's a thing for everybody. Like everybody feels that way. Everybody said it. Everybody thinks that it's true. Like, are you kidding me? So we're not supposed to question that? Like, that was just...
Didn't he have like 2 different photos he was in?
But I'm saying, like, for Stormy to bring it up as if she was also not one of the 100,000 people that was out here questioning if Marcel was actually being faithful to his wife is completely absurd. Like, what? Like, Stormy's messy and Stormy's getting on my nerves. And she's really, like, this episode, she was really getting on my nerves. And I can't. But that was that scene. They just going back and forth with that, with just being messy. And it just seems like now Tiffany is about to be on the outskirts. That's kind of where we're heading. So, okay, fine. So then the rest of the episode takes place at Martell's party.
Shindig.
Sure. Okay. So people are there. Things are happening. So then we get Stormy, once again, being messy. She's sitting down with Kiki and Tiffany, and they're talking. And Stormy asks, like, oh, so y'all cool? And Kiki says, like, yeah, you know, we met at Mel's the other day. We had a good conversation. I think we have an understanding of each other. And we're cool. Stormy then says, oh, well, I'm very confused because I done heard that you sent this to Tiffany and it was a screenshot about Tisha and blah, blah, blah. So then Kiki is like, yeah, I did send it. And yeah, she did like this post. And it was, they're saying it was going against Tisha. So they're kind of just like going back and forth. Stormy was like, well, this isn't going messy enough. Let me really spice it up. I'm going to spice it up. Let me go get Tisha.
Let me go add that over into it.
Yeah, like, let me go get Tisha, add her to the conversation because, you know, I need you guys to entertain me some more. So she goes get Tisha. Tisha sits down. Even Tisha's like, why am I here? Like, this has nothing to do with me. This is really about them two. The conversation gets a little hype, right? because Tiffany's response to the whole tweet or post or whatever was, I was not saying or liking the fact that it was going against Tisha. I was just supporting Carlos, the fact of Carlos adding Kiki to the show. Like, I'm just here to like support Black women. Like, I want to see her win. I want to see her added to the show. I think that would be a great idea. That's why I like the post, and that's also why I sent it to her. That wasn't good enough for them. All of them feel like, nope, you were being messy. You were trying to go against Tisha. Messy, messy, messy. Bad Tiffany. Okay. Then Tisha's like, well, again, this is between you two. This really is like, I don't really care about this, vague tweet from like 2 years ago. I really want to talk about what Tiffany has been saying about me now. So Tisha brings up that she heard that Tiffany questioned her being majority owner of their business, of her and Marcel's business. I'm not going to lie, I was a little shocked with Tiffany because she stood 10 toes down in it, and she was like, yeah, I said that because he kicked you out the office. Now, if this is a business you own, how he kicking you out the office? Like,
now look, one thing that I truly forgot, and this episode showing Tiffany go at them, it comes to mind last season. Remember they went on that little couples retreat?
Yeah.
And Tiffany, everybody was coming at her.
Yeah.
I think Tiffany reloaded and said, "It's my turn to come at y'all." I think she reloaded.
Tiffany, listen. Tiffany she was auditioning for at least the number 3 spot. Okay, you understand me? Tiffany said, you know what? If I'm gonna have the messy title, I'm gonna show y'all messy. And she showed up. She said, my name is on the call sheet and I'm showing up. I'm performing today. Okay?
She said pregnant or not.
Pregnant or not. I'm gonna get the job done.
She said, y'all dragging me out the bed to come to these events pregnant, I'm gonna make it worthwhile.
Right. I'm gonna give it a little spice, okay? Right. And that's what Tiffany did. And Tiffany girl, I ain't mad at you this season, right? I'll say in this episode, I was not mad at you. Like, Tiffany has not been my favorite person, and it's not like I have disliked her. It's just like she's just never been a factor to me. And I felt like in previous seasons and previous moments, I'm just kind of like, you're fishing for moments.
Right.
She just hasn't really been a thing to me. And she doesn't have much coof about herself at all.
Right.
And yeah, she doesn't know how to read a room. And that still stands. I still feel that way. But this time it worked in our favor. This time it worked in our favor. Because she gets better. Tiffany was on one this episode. It gets better. So yeah, we don't, y'all, with the 3 women, Kiki, Stormy, Tisha, we don't care. We don't care. Kiki once again got a little loud, little rowdy with Tiffany.
Yeah, talking about you need to take some notes from me or something.
And Tiffany said, I don't gotta take notes from nobody. Like, shit, bitch, please. she was like, bitch, please.
Stormy ain't been the same since Mel walked out her life.
Well, that's usually how it goes.
Look
at the Mel victims.
In this show, it's like one of those things where Mel walk out Stormy life. It's like she doesn't know where to turn. Like, what's my purpose in this show?
So let me just create mess.
Yeah. And
try to make fetch happen. Like, Stormy, stop trying to make fetch happen.
Let me create mess. Let Mel find out I'm creating mess. Maybe she'll take me back. And of course, Mel wants to stay far away from everybody.
Well, I think Stormy is doing exactly what they all do. I mean, she's playing nice, nasty with Mel. But I mean, Stormy, I see you. All episode, you were definitely throwing little bit of digs throughout the episode towards Mel, and like you're saying out of your mouth that, oh yeah, we cool. You're not. Let's be clear.
Mel, when she stands on her wallet over Stormy's wallet, Mel doesn't see Stormy, so that's why she don't worry about Stormy.
Well, my thing, I disagree with that. I mean, because Stormy does have her hair care.
She has her hair care. What else does she have besides the hair care?
I don't know, and that's part of the thing.
I lost count how many businesses Mel has.
I don't know.
And I know she gets the biggest check from the show.
Well, she's executive producer, so.
So you get in the business, the shows, the appearances.
I don't know, but I do know that Stormy, listen, I don't know if it's you're paying way too much attention to social media, but I'm going to tell you wrong road. I think that that's the direction you want to go in. And I'm saying that because of just history. If you look at the women that continue to do that, it just doesn't seem well. It doesn't seem to sit well with fans of the show.
And you know,
it
it's
just
so
doesn't.
funny. Like online, looking at the like I said, Facebook groups and all that stuff. It's funny, like all the women that be against Mel be so busted.
I can't speak to that.
They be looking like where the wild things live. Like all of them look so physically hurt. They be hurt. All them posts about Mel talking about, oh, you doing Martell wrong, and you're so selfish, and it's like all of them come from where the wild things live. They look like they need some of her skincare too.
This is Evan. This is saying this. I love Mel, but I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying, Stormy, just make sure you're picking your team right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so then Sheree and Martell walk into this party.
The business proposal.
They walk into this party looking like a whole publicity stunt. They walk around separately. Sheree continues to walk around looking awkward, like she doesn't belong. Even Maurice brought up, he was like, usually anytime back in the day when it was Martell and Mel, like they would be working a room together. And it just seems like they work in the room separately, meaning Martell and Sheree. And I will also speak to that. As much as I cannot stand Martell, I will say that seasons before, I remember when they went to a magazine cover party. They were on the cover of a magazine. I don't remember which magazine it was, but I feel like the party was like in Birmingham or another part of Alabama. And I remember because in that scene they weren't talking. Mel was not fooling with Martell. Please, she was not fooling with him. But as soon as they walked into that party, they were hip to hip, and they were really working in the room, and they looked beautiful, right? I mean, it's definitely the old cliche of don't judge a book by its cover, because Mel and Martell was a beautiful cover, definitely. And what I do feel like that they, at that time, they did feed off and benefit each other. Like they were stronger together.
Yeah.
Back then. I'm not feeling that way now at all, but back then you could see it. So Maurice brought that up, and Kimmy was like, yeah, like it's giving business arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's giving. I'm very disappointed in y'all. I'm very disappointed in y'all for you guys to be feeding us the same BS that Bravo's trying to feed the people with allowing Sheree to continue to give us fake storylines. It's really tiring, and I'm over it. She is the sole reason why I do not watch Real Housewives anymore. Her and a few other things. I'm not going to blame it all on her, but she's the reason why I'm not coming back. I'll say that. She's the reason why I'm not coming back, because she gives nothing. I don't know nothing about this lady, and she is one of the original housewives on Atlanta, and I know nothing about her because she's pointless. And now you're throwing her in our face on OWN, and I thought I got away from her. So Martell does his little speech thanking everybody in the room but Sheree. And we see his magazine cover. Like Evan said earlier, it definitely looks like AI. It was a little weird. It was scary. Didn't like that. So we don't care. Tiffany was right on time. My girl Tiffany grabbed Sheree, was like, come over here, Sheree. Let's have a little sit down and talk so I can get this airtime on this show. So they sit down, and Tiffany's asking all the questions. Okay, Tiffany's asking all the questions, and I wrote all her questions down in order. So first, she says, have you met Mel? Here goes Sheree. No, I haven't, but not really. Her and little Martell. They came to my book signing years ago in Birmingham.
What book?
I don't believe that.
What book?
Bitch, why are you lying? I don't believe that. I mean, Mel, if you come out and you say, "Lo, I really did," okay, fine. But then my question is, Mel, why did you do that? Why did you drive to Birmingham to do? Why'd you do that?
What did she write a book about?
I'm so tired of people making Sheree seem bigger than what she is. We're really done. She gives nothing. Anyways, then she says, once, Sheree basically doesn't answer that question, she says, well, have you met the kids? Sheree says, yes, she's met the kids. And Tiffany's like, so you met the kids, but you didn't meet the mom? Like, I don't like that. We're going to have to change that. And I'm kind of like, well, Tiffany, I mean, Mary don't even talk to Martell. I mean, just saying, she don't even want to have nothing to do with him. But I do agree. And that is why all I can do is just pray that I don't end up in a situation ever in my life where I have to co-parent with a whole menace to society, because I can't fathom the thought of having other women around my children and I don't know who they are. I don't know how you women do it. Like, kudos to you guys for keeping it together, because I would lose my mind. Then she asks, do you think that Martell still has feelings for Mel? Duh. Sheree says she doesn't. She says she doesn't, not based off of their conversations that they've had. And I'm like, girl, he is a man. He will lie to you. All right. Then she asks, what is it like dating an open cheater? And I was like, Tiffany. Tiffany's doing the job of the viewers. Tiffany is doing the job of the viewers. Tiffany said, I'm here to get a check. Do you hear me? She was doing the job, okay? Here goes Sheree. She thought she did something by saying, well, I watch y'all show. You're a cheater too. Girl, first of all, didn't you claim that you never seen Love and Marriage Huntsville? So that's lie one. Two, she also says that as long as he treats me right, treats me like how I need to be treated, with respect, she doesn't matter about anything else that comes along with it. So basically what she's saying is I ignore other women's experiences. And if you're new to our channel, I've said this before and I'm going to say it every time moving forward, the topic comes up. One of my biggest pet peeves and how you can lose all respect from me as a woman is when you blatantly ignore the experiences of other women. When you go out of your way to blatantly ignore experiences or their traumas just so that you can, I'm not even gonna say reap a benefit, but basically you just make it all about you. You don't care about other women's stories or anything like that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm a girl's girl, so it's just an absolute no for me. So that's basically what Sheree said. She didn't care. So that's that. So then Tiffany said, listen, they blinked it out, but I think she said something along the lines of, do you think that your vagina is gonna keep him? You think it's gonna make him act right? Like, you think your vagina is that good that it's gonna make him act right? I think that's kind of what she was saying. And I was just like, Tiffany, girl.
That historical site she got down there.
Tiffany, are you acting up? You just was like violating. Gosh. She chose a little bit of violence.
What's that?
I was here for it.
It's that trimester.
Yeah. You pregnant, you just don't give a...
They caught her on the wrong trimester.
Tiffany also brings up a little dig. She was like, I mean, I guess Martell was just looking for somebody that was just like, closer to Miss Marlene's age. And I'm like, Tiffany, girl, give some more digs. That's fun. Tiffany was fun this episode. I had a good time. Did you have a good time? I had a good time.
It's the build up. So the next day, Sheree goes to Martell's house. When, to be honest with you, this is your boo, your person you're dating. Why is Sheree coming to your house? Why is she not staying there? Obviously, she came from a hotel. But, business arrangement. But next day...
It wasn't part of their contract.
That's not bad. She shows up at Martell's house. They get this little fake-ass hug. He gives his kiss on the cheek. He's like a kiss on the lips because they're not together. They sit on the couch together with some space in between because remember they're not together. And they kind of review the party. Sheree gives them props saying, "Oh yeah, I'm still recovering from the party. It was nice. Blah 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 blah." And then there's a scene after them talking about the party where Martell is trying to give Sheree these flowers. Not real flowers, but fake flowers. But he's trying to praise her about the type of woman she is. Talking about she has wife qualities. Talking about she would make a great partner. And his biggest compliment was he feels like Sheree is submissive. Submissive is just so broad. But Sheree and I don't definitely those are the wrong words to describe Sheree, but anyway.
I have a few words that come to mind to describe Sheree.
But and talking about any man pretty much to have Sheree would be a lucky man. After that, let me add too. Sheree supposedly claims that they talk about taking their relationship to a higher level. Don't know too much about that. She claims they talked about what? Marriage.
Listen. All right, guys. All right.
So after that, Sheree goes into her spiel, telling Martell about her talk with Tiffany. And she tells him all the questions that were asked, things about do you feel like Martell still has feelings for Mel? And of course, Martell put that dumb look on his face. Martell, we know the truth. What was the other question she asked? She told him
all that's worth mentioning is that when Sheree did bring up what Tiffany said, asking her how does it feel to be with a known cheater, and Sheree was like, and I asked her, like, well, I watch your show and I know that you've cheated before too. And Martell says, right, like, she's a cheater too. Listen.
Martell, you're on a whole different level.
Bro, the fact that anytime this is brought up and, like, it's not only is it just kind of, like, downplayed, like, oh, he cheated, right? He had a whole affair for over 5 years.
A COVID affair.
That was tail end because prior to COVID, he was already having this affair that's been a thing for years. Had a baby on his wife, and then smeared her freaking name on national television. It's beyond cheating. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's just for him to even. Anytime somebody brings it up, he gets all up in arms as if it's like, again, something that happened to him versus you are the one that ruined your whole family, and y'all downplay it and everybody around them downplays it, and it's not funny to me. It's really ridiculous, and I'm not going to be a part of this delusional world where I'm gonna act like this is a real couple, Sheree and Martell. It's not real. I'm not about to play along with you guys. Like, what? I live in reality. Like, I'm very sane. I have all of my brain cells. You have all of your brain cells.
I think it's funny for the first time in a while, he has not brought up when someone brings up him cheating. He has not brought up, well, Mel cheated too. He didn't say it this time. No.
Well, kudos to him. Kudos to him. All that I'm saying is that we're tired, Martell. We're done. We're done. It's a wrap. Like, y'all are not together. Let's stop this and own the fact that you guys are even entertaining this BS is just foolish to me, because one thing that I always did when it came to giving Love and Marriage Huntsville credit is that I felt like it's real. It's a real show, and I felt like it was authentic. Even though Tisha and her husband constantly, every season, they try to divert the attention off of them, I still feel like there were real things that were happening. And I feel like by entertaining Martell and Sheree's shenanigans, you guys are completely going down the drain to me. Like, this was really a bad look. This isn't funny. It's not, it's fake. Like, why are you filming something that isn't real? Like, we all know it's not real. It's very weird.
So, y'all, that was episode 8 from the previews. You know, it looks like some of this stuff carries over. Tiffany's looking like she's getting ambushed by the men about this conversation she had with Sheree, especially with Marsau on one side of the table and the other side being Martell. I think Lewis finally makes his appearance, really. But it just looks like a bunch of carryover. So, you know, we should see the shenanigans next week. So on that note, this is another episode of Reality Check TV. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Definitely leave a comment so we get a conversation started. Y'all be sure to tune in next week because we are going to review next week's episode. It looks like it has some promise to it. Looks like it's going to be interesting.
See?
So, y'all know how I do. Y'all drink y'all water and be safe in these streets.
Bye. Thank you.